What's going on, friends and fans? Ryan Dohrn here, your friendly neighborhood sales coach. And this week we're going to be talking about not mass emailing your sales prospects. Now, a lot of you don't want to hear this conversation, but it's one of those it is what it is kind of things. And in today's selling environment, those that are generic, those salespeople that are not relevant, those salespeople that are sending out massive amounts of emails. Well, Ryan, I get a 1% return when I send those out. That's pretty good. Yeah, no, it's not. You're better than that. So let's think about what we can do from an email perspective that might get somebody to actually reply. One of the first things you want to think about is being exceedingly relevant. The second you want to be talking about is how many emails or reach outs that you need to make somebody really pay attention to you. And then the third thing is kind of what's your sales math? I mean, how many people do you need to be reaching out to? All right, let's first talk about relevance. For me, I'm going to open up my CRM. Every prospect is in the CRM. I'm going to be going to their LinkedIn page, to their company website, to their company Facebook page. I want to find out things that I can mention in personalized outreach so that I can try to connect with someone just a little more deeply. Now, I'm not looking for creepy things. Like, I'm not going to look up somebody on Facebook or Instagram and be like, hey, Bob, I saw that you and your family went to Aruba. It looked like a great time. I mean, that kind of stuff is just creepy. Even I know that. So those that are out there teaching that kind of stuff, all right, come on. Most people know that you're a creep and they're not going to buy from you, right? Okay, so what I want to do is prove that I'm relevant by mentioning products that they're using, mentioning press releases, mentioning really cool things that they're doing. I want to prove to somebody that this is not a generic mass email. Now, some of you might be kind of hating on this idea, like, Ryan, are you saying I get mass emails? You send out mass emails. Well, I do from a marketing perspective, but when I'm trying to sell somebody, I'm not sending out a bunch of emails. I don't use spaghetti as my sales strategy, like throw it against the wall and see what's going to stick. I don't do that. I want to be a lot more strategic. So really the first thing there is making sure that we are, friends, really exceedingly relevant. All right, the second thing is how many touch points are we going to need? You want to recognize up front when we are emailing people, we're probably going to have 5 to 6 outreaches before we actually move the needle. So if you go back to some of the other videos I recorded, specifically the one about warming up your sales prospects, more than likely when you first reach out to somebody as a stranger to them without a referral, more than likely they might look at it. If it has a video, they might pay attention to it, which, by the way, it's another video that I've recorded on videos, so check that out. We really want to make sure that we're being real relevant and knowing that we're probably going to have to reach out 5 or 6 times before we kind of move the needle. Now, there's a lot of books and strategies out there about offering incentives and bonuses and discounts and all that kind of stuff. You're reaching out to normal people with a normal brain that have just been raised by good parents. They're not going to engage with a stranger, so take your time. It's 5 or 6 outreaches. Don't go to the discount well too soon. Just recognize you're probably going to need 5 or 6 different points of relevance. It might be a couple things from their website, a couple things from LinkedIn, maybe a couple press releases. I mean, you can get yourself to 6 different outreaches. Now remember, when you're reaching out in specific ways, not mass emailing, in specific ways, you want to have a different subject line for each outreach. You want to be sending at a different time of day each time. Make sure you follow Uncle Ryan's rule of 3 and 3. 3 words in the subject line, 3 sentences max, and then make sure you're reaching out. The first sentence should always be sharing a success story. Second sentence is your point of relevance, and then the third sentence is your ask. So only ask for a 5 or 10 minute quick chat. All right, so then the third piece of this, as far as not mass emailing people, is really to recognize your patterns. So what I like to do is follow up every 3 business days. So if my first outreach is on Monday, I'm going to do voicemail, try a phone call, email, wait 3 business days. So that means I'm going to be reaching back out on Thursday, Monday to Thursday. Thursday is the next outreach on my 6 outreach plan. Okay, is the next outreach is Thursday. I'm not going to email Friday, Monday. I'm going to reach out again on Tuesday, 3 business days later. So the mass emailing thing, I'd love for you to make some comments if you're watching this on YouTube or wherever you're at. But I just find, friends, that in today's sales environment, mass emailing using sales AI to mass email people, it's just not working for me. What I find is the more specific I am, the more relevant I am, the more time that I take to make these outreaches really high quality, I almost always get further faster. And that really, friends, is my goal. Friends, never forget, if sales was easy, everybody would be doing it, and they're not. This is a great job. It's going to feed your family for a lifetime. The problem is a lot of you're trying to work smarter and not harder. Good luck with that in the sales business. You need to work really freaking hard and you need to be really, really smart about it. Don't try to shortcut the sales process. In the end, it almost never works out. Never forget, friends, this type of advice only works if you actually put it into action. Love to come to your office. Love to come to your sales meeting. Love to speak on the big stage at your national sales event and get your team all pumped up. Whether it's live or it's virtual, I am here to help, and I love my job. Friends, you can always reach out to me over at ryandohrn.com. We'll see you next week.